Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and today you guys, I'm super excited. There is a new thing from Tarte. This is their foil finger paints, and the first thing we're going to talk about, look at this packaging. It is of course from their Rainforest of the Sea collection, but it has like this adorable texture to it and like little seashells all over it, and I love the color, or not seashells, rocks, seashells. Okay, Paige, you're drunk. Go home. But I wanted to talk about this with you guys, open it up together. I have not done anything, stuck my little fingers in it. Like, this is all new to me. So you open it up, and there is this little thing, and okay. You do get a nice full-size mirror, and then it looks like these three colors, and then this one obviously is split in half. That's interesting. I thought for the price there might be more in here. This is $39. It does say that it's limited edition, but like they put that on everything to make you buy it. Whatever. It has 4 out of 5 stars apparently on Sephora already. Whatever. It says in the whatever. I'm a Valley girl. Oh my god. In the description, I am so sassy. It says what it is: an eyeshadow palette with new textured foil formulas that are so plush and pigmented. Okay. You can paint them on with your fingers. What it does: 3 warm-toned foil shades with a crushed velvet texture melt onto lids, while the split pan, iridescent, and silver sheer sparkling shades can be worn alone or layered on other hues as transforming top coats. Okay, so we've been seeing a lot of that coming into the winter season. The formula makes eyelids look smoother with good-for-you antioxidants from Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea complex, while the turquoise compact adds aquatic allure to your makeup bag. Okay, and then it just tells you the shades, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so nobody cares about the rest. You guys, I'm super intrigued by this. A, because the first time I saw this, I actually was like, oh, wow, it's very similar to their little finger paints. Actually, I should grab their little finger paints. And they're not called finger paints, they're called chrome paint pots, and they came out with these. I did an entire review on them right when they launched, I think like probably 3 weeks ago or so, give or take. I do a lot of videos, so like, I don't remember. I honestly, even without the videos, I wouldn't remember. That's a lie. I don't remember anything. But these actually do look a little similar to these, especially the red one. I will swatch them side by side, so that way if they are a dupe or something like that, we definitely can talk about it, because these chrome paint pots were like 20-ish a piece, I believe, and this whole thing is $39. So if it's a different alternative, that's definitely something we want to discuss. So let me go ahead, let's swatch these. Oh my hand, girl. The one thing I hate about shiny packaging on camera is that I lift this up and everything goes dark because my camera tries to like compensate. Sorry. Alright, so let's go ahead and just, oh yeah, these, oh, these have a wonderful feel. Hello. Oh my god, so creamy and literally goes forever. Oh. For the record, I'm deliberately, like, you'll notice the swatch is getting smaller because I realized that I needed less. My bad. Oh my god, these are creamy. Okay, holy bejesus. So I was debating, normally when it comes to like shimmery type shadows like this, it's hard for me to bring the camera in because it doesn't always respond. So I'm going to bring it in about halfway, just so you know. I don't know why I felt the need to give you such a disclaimer, but you guys, look at these. These are like the 3 obviously super foiled shimmery shades, and then these are the 2 transforming shades, the more iridescent one and then the silvery undertoned one. So from top to bottom we have Gold Coast, Sailor's Delight, which is the red shade, Sea Glass, and then I'm assuming these are Stargazer, and it's either Stargazer or Seagrass. I don't know. I'm thinking that these are Stargazer. But those are so gorgeous. The texture on the 2 transformative shades is not my favorite. It's like super, like the kind of glitter that's like, oh, is that broken glass? Like really textured, you know, very scratchy kind of glitter. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad glitter. It's just a texture thing. Some people hate that feel. Some people don't like it to feel that abrupt and that aggressive. And these are definitely that kind of glitter. But they're very beautiful. And I really actually do like that for the iridescent one, that it's not just iridescent glitter. It almost sits in like a film of iridescence as well. So you're not just getting glitter, you're actually getting like a little bit of something to carry the glitter. So it's not just gonna go everywhere, which is cool. Same with the silver, but I noticed it obviously first with the iridescence. You guys, these shimmer shades are just killing me. Like, look at that. That was left over. Oh my gosh. Now, the biggest similarity is obviously the red paint pot, which I'm going to go ahead and swatch on my other hand here. and see how similar, if at all. That was an awful swatch. Okay. Okay, so they're definitely not the same. This one is the chrome paint pot. I'm gonna back it up here, actually. Back it up, back it up, back it up. This one is very like light, bright, intense, like beautiful, just vibrant red with a lot more reflect and a lot more shimmer shift to it. This one is a lot more demure. It's still beautiful, but this is like the darker version of the chrome paint pot. So I'm definitely not gonna say that those are a dupe. They're similar, but this one is, in my opinion, the chrome paint pot on this one is a lot more beautiful. A lot. I couldn't have said that more drag if I tried. The only other color that is similar is Park Avenue Princess in the chrome paint pots, and let's see here. Yeah, no, see how, like, this is like a true gold, and these are both more just like a, what's that, not taupe, is it not taupe? Like a lighter brown kind of champagne kind of color, and then this is like a true gold. So, no, these are not the same as the chrome paint pots, so let's just, like, rest that one, because that was my first thought. I'm like, why'd they give me chrome paint pots in a palette? Why didn't they do this first? Da, 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 da. But they're not even close, and honestly, you guys, they're not as beautiful either. Like, I mean, I don't want to say they're not as beautiful. The chrome paint pots are, they're oh my god, the palettes are beautiful, the shimmer shades are. I do just feel like in person these translate a lot more intense, but when they transfer to the eye they do lose a little bit of that luster, so we'll know a little bit better when we apply these. But just so you guys know, these are not dupes, they are different. Now for today, I have been really like craving lately like just basic, super basic eye looks. I don't know what it is with me, but like I've been like, for the last week, I've been going through this phase of like, I want like a super simple, either like a pink eye or a super simple purple eye or a super simple blue, brown eye. But like, I haven't been wanting or playing with like any intense colors. And I could like pretend and like try to do, but like, I'd rather not. I would rather just always be true to whatever my aesthetic is in the moment with you guys. So I'm going to, which I think I want to go obviously with him because he's like the most basic for what I want. And what I really want to see with this palette is, and this is something that you'll see me drifting in and out of more so in the coming, like probably in the coming weeks, especially with holidays and whatnot. I've really been thinking about like how I review palettes and the way that I review palettes. And you know what, while I talk, Paige, how about we put some stuff on our eyes? I'm just going to go in with the Just Peachy mattes here and start working in a couple of these crease shades, you know, a couple of these into the crease. But anyways, I've been thinking a lot about how we review palettes and how we look at them and stuff. And I feel like there's such a, like, what's the word? Like we always look at the same kind of intensities and we always look at the va-va-voom and we never pay, and by we I mean me mainly, but I feel like I haven't been paying as much homage or attention to the option of, you know, are these for the people that don't want a lot of makeup? Are these for the demure people? Are these for the easy breezy kind of people? Can the palettes be used for both? And that's something that in the next couple of weeks with holidays and everyone's so busy and, you know, everyone's got so much going on, I really want to start examining that. Like with this palette, it's fairly obvious. Like, is this something you could make a hawabam look with? Yes. But what I want to look at today is the more complex or the more, what I would consider the more wearable question of, is this something where I could use it and have a use for it? Without having to spend, you know, 3 years on an eye look, because I think that that's just as important as does it have the wabam quality. At least it is for me. Some people would only buy this for the intense quality, and that's fine too. I just feel like I want to spend a little bit of time on certain palettes and with certain reviews really looking at, you know, is this a palette that a lot of people could use, different aesthetics could use? Could it be used for an easy eye look? Is it only really good for an intense eye look? You know, stuff like that. Because I don't know, especially lately as I've been craving like more calm eye looks, it's just something that I've been thinking about a lot. So anyways, that's what we're going to do today. If you don't like it, sorry. I just feel like it's so, as I keep going, like I don't ever stop. I just feel like it's so important to really examine all the different aesthetics that you can with a palette. Like obviously I wouldn't do it with every single palette that I review because like literally every review and every video would be 3,000 years long. But I don't know, there's just something so important to me about like exploring every facet of it. I don't know. I'm so intrigued by stuff though, you guys. Like I've had some of you point out in the comments that I seem genuinely like excited and happy and happy to do reviews and like do this. And I literally can't tell you how insanely like, not honored is the wrong word. I felt so, gosh, what's the word? I guess I was just elated. Like, I was so happy that you guys noticed that about me. Like, that my passion translates on camera and that I enjoy it and that you guys can tell. Because I feel like there's nothing worse than when you listen to a YouTuber and it sounds like they have no passion and they just sound very like, very Charlie Brown teacher about it, and they're just like, wah, wah, wah. And you're like, wow, do you even like this? Like, why do you have a channel? Like, and I'm not saying, you know, everyone shows their enthusiasm differently. So for me, it's like, and that's totally fine. And other people, you know, they might act different or they might not show as much enthusiasm, and that's fine too. You know, they show it in other ways. Just like, what's her name? It's like Fat Layla or I don't even know what it is. But she has a very like monotone kind of voice. And at first I was like, girl, do you even like this? Like, what are you doing? And then I realized like she doesn't show her passion or her happiness or her intensity for what she does in her voice. Like, she's not like me. She's not as like charismatic as I am, and that's fine. She shows it in doing like a very, very thorough, honest review, and like she takes a ton of notes, and she, you know, she's just very thought out, and that's how you can tell that she's passionate about it. So it's just one of those things where you have to really look for passion in some people and realize that not all of us show passion and excitement and happiness the same way, which is fine. Literally have no idea why I just said all of that, but hey. While I did though, I built this up onto my eye. Like I said, super simple, super basic, super quick. Like literally there was almost no time lapse in the camera just now. And I only built up, I mixed in these two shades right here, this guy and this guy at first, and then I just went in with Peach Tarte, which is this dark guy up here. And that's it. Like, it's super easy, blendable, whatever, it's done. And like I said, I've just been really like loving this throw on aesthetic because I feel like for so long, and I'm gonna go in now with the shade Gold Coast. Where was I even tapping? Up here? The shade Gold Coast. I feel like lately especially, I realized that like all of my looks and every time I did my makeup, it was always such, oh my God. It was always such an intense like moment. Like, I never just was like, oh, like how some people have like, oh, this is my go out the door makeup. Like, I don't have that. And so I really wanted to like try to figure, oh my God, I wanted to try and figure out like what is my go-to and like explore that side of it, because I think makeup is amazing, but there are still moments where like you need a quick exit, if you will. And so, I don't know, I was thinking about that, and then it led me down this rabbit hole of like, you know, what would your go-to look be? So I've been kind of like experimenting with it and developing stuff, and I figure why not share that with you guys, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. Oh my God, these are like dreamy. Oh, that is freaking gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm just gonna kind of dash my way back into the peachy palette. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that brown shade on the outer V, just to kind of, you know, blend it a little. Okay, is it weird if I want to take this other shade, the Sailor's Glaze, like the darker bronze? I just want to pop it like on the outer V and see what it looks like. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, there is some fallout, just so you guys know, like, it's a thing. It's not bad though, I think, because I've probably because I've applied it with my finger. So no guarantees on what this would look like if I used a brush. Why didn't I use a brush? I don't know. It's just such a simple, easy, I don't know, like slick, quick, easy. Oh my gosh, okay. Woo. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna throw on my mascara, my liner, and I will stop back on and we will do some final thoughts. You guys, this was like a good rapid fire, quick little video. I love these. Okay, hold on. Alright guys, so I did just go ahead and I popped on some mascara and just a tiny bit of like black rim liner, and I was thinking about it while I was off camera for like the literally 5 minutes I was off camera, and I want to like reiterate to you guys that there's nothing wrong with doing like a super intense look, but there's also nothing wrong with going like the more simple route and really just like being back to basics. And I feel like in the makeup community especially, or in the beauty community, or like in the world in general, it's so easy to get like caught up in everything and all the newest newest products and all the newest everything, and like you just forget, like, wow, I really love this look. Like for me, this is a go-to eye look. I love it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get back to, is like what I loved about makeup, why I loved it, the simple things. Like especially this time of year, just like a count your blessings kind of mentality. I don't know how it brings that out in me, but like that's where we're at. So I think that this is absolutely beautiful, but it's super simple. I didn't put anything on the lower lash line other than a tiny bit of black liner. Like that's it. I didn't do anything else. And I do want to run through super quick today. I used a lot of like OG products that I just had in my drawer. So they're going, sorry. Anytime I wear gloss, the first like 15 to 20 minutes is pretty intense because it just slides all over. Anyways, I used a lot of products that I just had like in my makeup drawer, and I wanted to tell you guys what they were in case you were curious, because they are a little bit out of the norm for me, but they look so good. Like you guys, I think that my skin, like my face, my eyes, I think it is killing it today. And this whole look was just so simple. And yet again, something I wanted to say. So let me find what I had in my drawer. So for bronzer, I actually went in with this with the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. It is their light to medium matte bronzer. It's just a beautiful color. It does go on for me a little bit warm tone, so I have to be very careful with whichever blush I, choose to pair this with, and just be mindful because it does go on, especially on my skin, a little warm. You can probably see it, but I think it's so gorgeous, and I haven't used it in so long, which is a tragedy because it's been sitting. I probably had this blush like it's pre-channel on YouTube, so if that tells you how long I've had it. Then for my blush, I went in with my Carity blush palette here, and I went in with this dark shade right here, which I don't know like how they read the names off the back, but this is either Philomena or Je t'aime, Muna, yeah, I don't know, but I'm thinking that it's the first one. The Philomena, maybe. I don't know. It's this guy right here. But such a beautiful mauve-y tone, and it's so beautiful, buildable. This is my blush palette from Carity. You guys, I've done 3 videos on Carity products. So, girl, if you do not know what my thoughts are, that is your fault. Now, that means you did not go properly search my channel. For highlight, you guys, this is like, look at my packaging. Like, it is beat all to hell. This is the Lancome Glow Subtle Silky Cream Highlight in the shade Buff Lights 05. This actually for me carries with it like some sentimental value, but like look at the highlight itself. Like it is, okay, that was horrible swatch, like why page, but like look at how it's just beautiful. It's not going to translate, of course, but it is such a popping beautiful silk highlight, and it's sentimental. I got this with my mom when we went downstate for one of my doctor's appointments, and I got it from Sephora, and it was actually my first time ever in a Sephora because where I live we don't have them. So I was about 5 hours south, and I was in the mall. We went in, I got this, a lipstick, I got my mom a lipstick and a perfume, and we just like spent money and like had fun together, but it was for a doctor's appointment, and so I've always like held this one really close even though I haven't used it a ton, and I like just swatched it today and I was like, my god, why don't I use that? Oh my god, because it's so gorgeous. I love it. For primer, I went in with the Origins Original Skin, the pore cooling stuff. I did a whole video on this as well. I've been trying it out with different foundations, seeing how I like it, what I like, and then when I do my primer video, I'll be able to talk to you guys a little bit about that. And then for foundation, I did a fun mixture today. I mixed in some, where is my other, there it is. For foundation, I took some OG, you guys. I did the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I've been playing around with this one quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. It's so dark for me though, so I really have to be mindful what I mix it with. This is the shade 1N1, and it's easily about 6 shades. Like it's 1,000 shades too dark for me. Like on the realist level, probably about 4 shades, 3 to 4 shades too dark for me. But I mix it with the Estee Lauder Perfectionist Youth Infusing Serum. This is really nice and light. That helps a lot. And then the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops, just like a pump of these for a little bit of luminescence because these are so matte. No, well, not these. This one isn't, but this one's very matte. And I've been really into like this glowy appeal lately, glow from within kind of thing. I don't know. I just feel like when it all sets sets down, it just looks gorgeous. Anyways, so, oh, and on my lips, my God, this is quite a story. On my lips, I've been loving this combo so much. This is from Wander Beauty. It is the shade Girl Boss, and then this is my Buxom Gloss in the shade Dominique. It came in a little set, so it's just like a mini. They fit perfectly in my pocket, which is where they're going as I speak, because I love them. And like, I just love the color, and it's so like glossy and beautiful, and oh my God. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I have a couple thoughts that I was thinking about this palette. A pro for it is the packaging is stunning, but like pro for the actual product is it is a very nice like silky texture. And for people with the chrome paint pots, one of the biggest arguments or like issues people had with that is that if you have like fake nails or even long nails in general, it's hard to like get your finger into the little container, and it works best with the heat of your hand. So it's a little bit difficult if you have longer nails, fake nails, anything like that. This is the same kind of texture. It's a little less silky and a little bit less intense, like I showed you guys already, but these are obviously like like shallow, so they're not hard for you to like get into. I do also feel like these have a little bit less fallout than the other ones did. I didn't try them with a brush though, so that remains to be seen at this point. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about price, because $39, we're gonna round up, we're gonna say 40. Girl, I ain't messing with like this $39.99 carry the two. I'm not one of those. It's 40 bucks. So for $40, at first I was a little bit like, that's really too expensive. And then I broke it down, because this is how I do everything, right? In my world, I break things down, and I'm like, okay, well, technically 4 pans, 40 bucks, so I'm looking at 10 bucks a pan. Is 10 bucks a pan awful? No. I think that the shadows are beautiful. I like the concept in that they didn't give you this huge grand palette and they said, well, we're gonna give you all these toppers and all these shimmers and you know, and they didn't try to make it like some big thing that it wasn't. They were like, okay, you get 2 transformers, 1 dark, 1 light, and then you get like 3, you know, a little bit more normal, a little bit more wearable shades that you can just like on top and be done. I like the simplicity of this palette. Now, for $40, again, breaking it down like that, the pan sizes are 0.06. So I thought that for 10 bucks, for like the price of this palette and everything, I thought 0.06 was a little small. This is only 0.01 larger than like a standard Urban Decay shadow. So that was a little disappointing to find out. I kind of hoped that the pans would be a little deeper. I don't think the price point is a problem. I do think that she has competition in the world of like this palette right now with the Urban Decay Distortion palette, even the Kevyn Aucoin palette that I really reviewed, the Electropop. What was the other one? Even the Fenty Beauty, which I didn't really care for, but like that kind of theme right now is so intense. And so for you to say $40 for this small of a guy, it's going to be a little hard of a sell for what you get. I did see a couple of reviews off, like when I purchased it, that someone had complained and said that they thought the formulas were inconsistent, or like, and I don't know what they would have been talking about, because these two over here, the top coats, have a very different inconsistent formula if you're comparing them against like these 3. But as far as these 3 by themselves, they have a very nice, creamy, amazing texture. They built up beautiful. They look stunning. They do settle into my creases on my eyes a little more than I would normally like. It's not super uncommon for me, but like still something I have to know if it bothers you. But a lot of them do that to me, so it's not just these. There is my biggest issue. I'm not a huge fan of the texture of these two. I talked about this already a little bit. They're very scratchy, very like not that I think they would be super uncomfortable. I feel like I feel like I'm a little, this right here makes me hesitant. That's all I'm going to say. I think that for $40 though, I don't know if this is it for me. I like, if you don't have anything like this and these are your colors and you're like, wow, that's all I needed. It's simple. It's easy. I don't use it a ton. Like, I love the packaging. Then this is totally for you. This is up the alley of someone who wants a little something fun, but mainly wants to be able to like dial it back and have like a little bit more normal or wearable kind of scheme all in one place, easy to get to, easy to use, and you don't have to think a ton, which I love about this palette. I think that there is beauty and simplicity, especially in stuff like this. So that's kind of, you know, where I draw the line on that. I do think that this is just gorgeous. The packaging, everything about it is beautiful. I think what I struggle with the most is, especially with these top coats, and I know I keep coming back to this, but I struggle because I've tried so many like distortion palette and like all these other palettes that have the changing top coat that are meant to like change and whatever, and this is not a texture I love naturally, and I've tried so many other ones that didn't have this texture. They did the same thing, but they just didn't do this, and like a lot of the other palettes were like right in the $45 to $50 range, so you're really changing up, you know, $10 to $15. You'd get a bigger palette, more options. So I don't know that this, like for someone like me who's a collector who has already a ton of makeup, this is probably not so much my jam. I don't see me going, wow, I need this, because I have so many things that are similar to it. But like I said, for the person that like wants the simple, it's upside down. For the person that wants that simple, like easy go-to kind of vibe, I could definitely see this being something that like you gravitate toward and that, you know, you really enjoy on a daily like pop basis or a Christmas party or something like that where you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm really confused. You take this, you pop it on, and all of a sudden you went from being confused to damn glamorous. So I think it does have its place. I just don't know if it's like for the complex makeup lover like myself. Another drawback, of course, is that it is a standalone palette. They didn't add any like crease colors or anything of that nature in here. In a pinch, on the upside, you could probably use this guy right here as like a highlight if you have dark enough skin, because I mean, I'm telling you, that is like popping. That was literally the tiniest little dot. All right, you guys, that is it for this video. I know it was like intense and random and quick and rapid fire, and I love that sometimes. I don't know. Just my personality. I'm weird. I'm also sweating. Woo! Okay, you guys, don't forget to check that description box for all my social media handles, because girl, that's where it's at. Oh, whoa. Okay, I sing too much and I really never should. You guys have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Focus on the packaging, the packaging, the packaging. Ooh, I love it. That was so not, I don't even know what that was, but ha, goodbye.